Well, friends, Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General, Matt Gaetz, is out. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, Matt Gaetz withdrew his name from the Attorney General pick that Donald Trump made. You know, this is an important development for not just one or two, but three reasons. And we'll talk about those three reasons in a minute, but let's start with the new reporting. Headline: Matt Gaetz withdraws bid to be Attorney General in Trump administration. And that article begins: former Congressman Matt Gaetz announced in a social media post Thursday that he was withdrawing his bid to be Attorney General for President-elect Donald Trump's incoming administration, saying his confirmation was, quote, unfairly becoming a distraction. And friends, if there's one thing that we all know Matt Gaetz hates, it's when the attention is on him and it distracts from others. My editorial edition. This further quote from Gaetz. Quote, there's no time to waste on a needlessly protracted Washington scuffle, Gaetz said after meeting with senators on Wednesday. And then, friends, this next passage is probably the most important part of this new reporting. A person involved in Donald Trump's team who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss internal conversations said there was widespread belief that Matt Gaetz did not have the Senate votes needed to be named Attorney General, and that did not change after the meetings Wednesday. The person said Gaetz wanted the job and pitched Trump that he would take on the Justice Department, and that the decision to select Gaetz was controversial even within Trump's orbit. Quote, he was going to be the worst confirmation by far, and I don't think the votes were there, the person said. At least two Republican senators told Trump's advisors that Gaetz could not get confirmed, a Trump advisor said. Okay, friends, let's talk about three of the main takeaways from this pretty dramatic, pretty consequential development. First and most importantly, the Senate Republicans just bucked Donald Trump again. This is the second defeat of Donald Trump delivered by a Republican-controlled Senate. The first was Rick Scott. Donald Trump said, I want you to make Senator Rick Scott the Senate Majority Leader. And when the votes were counted in what was a three-person race for Senate Majority Leader, Rick Scott came in dead last. Yeah, a Republican-controlled Senate rejected Donald Trump's pick. And now, this is the second defeat they have delivered Donald Trump. The Senate Republicans sent the message loud and clear to Donald Trump: we will not support your nominee, your pick, your flunky for Attorney General, Matt Gaetz. So friends, what can we extrapolate from that? Well, maybe, just maybe, Senate Republicans will not bend a knee to dear leaders' every whim. We'll stay tuned on that front. Takeaway number two, Donald Trump did not succeed in demoralizing and driving away the good men and women at the Department of Justice who do the work of the American people each and every day, all 110,000 DOJ employees. One of the first things that I said, I think in a video and on air, when I heard that Donald Trump was going to try to make Matt Gaetz the Attorney General, I said this will be so demoralizing to the men and women at the Department of Justice, because no self-respecting lawyer or policymaker or support staff person would ever want to be in a position to work for a guy like Matt Gaetz. So I feared that if Matt Gaetz actually became Attorney General, there would be an extraordinary brain drain, an exodus from the Department of Justice. Certainly people with ethics and morals who actually care about representing the American people, who actually care about the sanctity of the rule of law, would probably flee for the hills. Well, now they won't have to. Full disclosure, I do know some people started putting their resumes together a few days ago when Donald Trump made this absurd and obscene pick for Attorney General. Matt Gaetz, well, Donald Trump failed in demoralizing the good men and women at the Department of Justice. And friends, you can probably already guess what the third takeaway is. If not Matt Gaetz, and it clearly won't be Matt Gaetz, then who? Who will Donald Trump name next? How much deeper down into the barrel will Donald Trump dig, reaching the bottom of the barrel and pulling out yet another name? Now, we've been here before with Donald Trump when he was trying to come up with somebody nefarious enough to serve as his Attorney General. You've been hearing the name Matt Whitaker recently, haven't you? Why? Because Donald Trump just named Matt Whitaker as the ambassador to NATO. Well, this is not Matt Whitaker's, first rodeo, first Trump circus. Remember this headline from back in 2018 during Trump's first administration? FBI is investigating criminal charges against firm, the acting Attorney General advised. The appointment of Matthew Whitaker as acting Attorney General on November 7 was already under scrutiny due to his checkered resume. On November 9, a new issue emerged. We learned from the Wall Street Journal that the firm for which Whitaker was recently an active paid advisor, World Patent Marketing, is under criminal investigation by the FBI, a part of the Justice Department overseen by the Attorney General. The news appeared to come as a surprise to the White House officials who conceded that Whitaker's nomination had not been vetted. Even the President Trump at the time, seemed to acknowledge the problem when Trump falsely claimed to reporters he did not know Whitaker, the opposite of what he, Trump, said only a month earlier, and despite Whitaker's repeated Oval Office visits. And friends, this go round, I haven't yet seen any reporting on whether Donald Trump has or has not met Matt Whitaker before, nominating him to be NATO ambassador. And friends, the reason I just went on that ugly little Matt Whitaker detour is because when Matt Whitaker was named acting Attorney General, we thought, can the next guy coming after Matt Whitaker be much worse than somebody who was a paid advisor to a firm that the FBI was actively investigating when Matt Whitaker was named acting Attorney General? And then we got Bill Barr after Matt Whitaker. So in hindsight, the answer to the question, can it get much worse? Oh, hell yes, it can. And it did get much worse. So that brings us back to the question, to takeaway number 3. If not Matt Gaetz, who? Can it get much worse? Let's hope not. Because particularly at the Department of Justice, justice matters. Friends, please hang in there. I know it's not easy. Please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.